This is your Friday edition of Futures Friday Live with Rebecca Ryan. I don't know how it is for you, but August in the Northern Hemisphere means kids are starting to go back to school. It means that the thermostats are set on air conditioning. And it also means that September is just around the corner. And September is often considered like the second new year. And so to get a jump on that, I declared August 1st was my new year. It's been a hectic couple of months. I've had some illness. I had an injury. We moved house. And so wherever you are in your new year, I'm with you. I'm behind you. And you know what? We get to decide when we want our new year to start. So for me, it was August 1st. For you, it might be after Labor Day. But let's have a banger of a last 5 months of the year, shall we? All right. Futures Friday Live, Friday, August 7th. I always start with a high five or a thank you to somebody or someone or something that has made a contribution to the world of futures. And Jimmy Carter has been one of those people in the past. Michelle Thibault, who's on my Signals panel, she has been one of those people in the past. And this week, I want to give a shout out to CIFS. CIFS, the Copenhagen Institute for Futures Studies. They've been around for, I believe, over 50 years. They used to publish a magazine called Scenarios, which I loved, and they ran this global panel of signalers who looked across the world for signals. It's one of the things I miss because CIFS in its current iteration no longer has that signals panel, so we should become that, shouldn't we? But the long and the short of it is, Farsight Reviewed is their current journal. Yes, it gets published in Copenhagen, Denmark, and I get it shipped to me. I also have the digital online version. This is like one of my guilty pleasures that I like a paper copy. And this is actually, I haven't gotten the new episode. This episode was all about the future of Vice. And one of the things I love about this magazine, in addition to like keeping a wide periphery on like signals and trends, is they do a wonderful job just visually with the magazine. Okay, vegetarians, just close your eyes. But meat, the future of meat is one of the things that they're talking about. So look at this food porn for meat. It's intense. They are not messing around with their photography. And that's for every topic that they cover. They have artists and photographers who shoot just beautiful art for every issue. Maybe the Vice issue isn't the one that you want to see the photography of. But so I want to give a shout out to CIFS, who has been helping the general public, the countries in Europe fulfill this mission, is to help people and organizations imagine, work with, and shape their futures. Feels very close to home for what my team tries to do, which is to help you build brighter futures. So shout out to CIFS, the Copenhagen Institute for Future Studies, and a little plug, if you want to get a cool journal, subscribe to Farsight. At CIFS. Okay, so second thing we always do is I like to talk about a signal of the week, and I'm actually going to do a little share screen with you. I think I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. This is the signal that I am taking to my signals panel in just a short amount of time. But top AI talent leaving Google for science. And I am pretty stoked about this. Because I would love AI and AGI to be used for good. So I will drop the link to this in the notes. But that is my signal this week, is people are leaving corporate America and going into the nonprofit and the science sector to apply AI and AGI to that. And I think anything that can help us live healthier lives, we can end people's suffering, I'm all in for that. So that is the signal of the week for this week. What are your signals of the week? I really do want to know. Even if you're watching this on replay, you guys, drop me a quick note. Put it in the comments on YouTube or on Substack of what signals of the future you're noticing. And again, signals are like one-offs. They're like things that are happening on the margins. They're considered weak signals. They're not like right in front of all of us. All of us are paying attention to. They're weak signals. So the next section I always want to talk about is what's on my desk. I mean, here's something that's literally on my desk. I used to have this hanging on the wall, so as I would walk out of my office every day, I would see it, but now I have it right on my desk because I feel now more than ever, we need to, as futurists, we need to get some stuff done. And so one of the things that I'm working on right now, and I want to share with you what it is, but the insight that I had this week as I was working on it. So CDM Smith is one of the largest, and in my estimation, one of the most innovative AEC companies in North America for sure, and possibly on the planet, AEC, architecture, engineering, and construction. And when you do futures and you work on 20-year, 50-year futures, oftentimes we partner with people who are in the construction industry, the engineering industry, because they are building things that are intended to last that long. So it's really fun to have partners like this. So this year is the second year that I'm partnering with CDM Smith on a series of webinars called Next is Now. And the three topics that we're working on are things that I am working on right now. These are publicly known. You can Google the Next is Now webinar series that starts later this month. The live series starts this month. But we're starting to work and iterate like what are our messages going to be during this webinar series. And here are the three topics: aging infrastructure and how AI can help us manage aging infrastructure. And it's funny that aging infrastructure, if you were going to make that into an acronym, it also would be AI. So it's AI for AI. The second one is PFAS and forever chemicals. What's the future of that? And then the third one is data centers. So what CDM Smith does is they bring their considerable horsepower, their team of brainiacs who this is what they work on for clients. And it's amazing to talk with them about the things that they're working on, in the real world. And then my job is to sort of help us think a little bit further ahead on these things. So again, I want to just remind us the three topics, and then I want to share with you my big insight about this that I'm working on right now. So again, number one, data centers. Number two, PFAS. And number three, aging infrastructure. And my kind of overwhelming sense of this is that the changes that are needed far surpass the way that people and systems have been trained up to manage these things. So data centers is just, one example. Most communities have never had to face a large load request like they are facing with data centers. Aging infrastructure. We are living with decisions that were made 40 and 50 years ago that in many cases were considered the best decisions at the time, but now are crumbling as one would expect after 40 or 50 years. And are we going to replace dumb technology with smart technology? Are we going to allow these really long buying cycles and decision cycles that are part of government to dictate how quickly we make the changes that are needed? And then with PFAS, it's like, whoa, we are inheriting again, not just single issue toxins, we're inheriting lots and lots and lots of possible toxins. But the way that our systems are designed is to take one at a time and figure out what it is and, run it through our normal channels of EPA, and then what's the guidance, and then how does the guidance, it's like the level of complexity and just sheer volume of things is outstripping our muscle memory on how to do these things. And so that's kind of the insight or the problem statement. And then the solution statement is, we don't need to just try to figure out how to make the current systems do it better or faster. We might have to rethink the systems themselves. And that might feel scary to some people, but if we want to be good ancestors, to our grandchildren and their grandchildren, we ought to lean into this and not just, you know, what is the metaphor? Move the chairs around on the Titanic, but figure out what is a different ship, or maybe it's not even a ship. What is the different form of transportation, right? So this is tricky because for 40 or 50 years, people have become subject matter experts in the way it has been. And now it seems like suddenly those systems are no longer fit to purpose. So that's what I'm working on right now is, you know, what do institutions, agencies, decision-making processes of the future need to look like so that they are fit to the purpose of being able to do a lot more things in more complex ways. That's what I'm working on. And if, my God, if you have examples of how you've done this in your domain, in your community, in your organization, I'm all ears. That's what that is. I'm all ears. All ears, no waiting. Let me know. Hit me up in the comments or in the chat. Okay, so now the try this at home. You guys, it completely fell out of my head what my try this at home was, and I didn't write it down today. Give me a second. Buffering. I'm coming up short, you guys. Welcome to the frailty of human systems. My RAM is just not what it used to be. I'll tell you what, when I remember what it is, because you know I will, as soon as we end this episode of Futures Friday, I'm gonna be like, that's what it was. I will drop it in the notes and send it out to everybody. But that's it for this week. So the thank you is to CIFS and the Farsight magazine. The signal of the week is the amount of AGI and AI talent leaving Google to go into science. And nonprofits. What I'm working on is how do systems get fit for purpose, completely re-engineered, completely rethought of, not just tweaked, but rethought of. And then, as always, let's remember to get shit done. Okay, you guys, talk to you later. Have a great week. See you next Friday.